I was asked to say something about the general chapter of the SSpS, especially about the theme and the scripture text that we chose for the chapter. The theme, as you know, is immersed in the life of the Trinity, transforming the world with compassion. It is based on the responses that came from the provinces and regions to the congregational question, what is your deepest desire for the congregation at this time? And various responses came, and the first chapter commission that met in January this year studied, reflected on the collated answers. We identified three prominent concerns. One was to be rooted in God. To have an authentic God experience. And the second one was to experience a transformation both within and outside in the world. And the third was to reach out with compassion to the concerns and needs of the world. So finally we kind of arrived at this theme, immersed in the life of the Trinity, transforming the world with compassion. Immersed in the Trinity, it's kind of a deeper relationship with the Trinity, entering deeply into the life of the Trinity. The word compassion was also very important, and transformation that we like to experience in our lives as well as in the world. And then the next question was, what is an appropriate scripture text? It was in fact more difficult to arrive at an appropriate scripture text than it was to arrive at the theme of the chapter. A number of scripture texts were proposed. Finally, we arrived at again this scripture text, "She cries out after us." It is inspired by the episode of the Canaanite woman in Matthew chapter 15, where the disciples tell Jesus that she is crying out after us. And another text was also proposed, "The Lord hears the cry of the poor." So these two texts have something very common, that is the word cry. It's also symbolic of the cries of women, children and men today. The cries of the poor and the marginalized, the cries of the unjustly treated and the oppressed of our world. Together with this theme and the scripture text, we also came up with 7 statements and guide questions for further reflection in the provinces and regions. And they pertain to the core aspects of our SSpS life and mission, such as spirituality, mission, community, leadership, formation, etc. And it's our hope and prayer that our reflection on these questions and these statements will further deepen our preparation for the general chapter. This year has been specially dedicated to communion within the congregation, and it is very fitting that we are preparing for the general chapter. And throughout this year, we as individuals, as communities and as a congregation, we prepare ourselves for this great event of renewal and commitment to mission in our congregation through our general chapter. Thank you.